Good day, everyone, and welcome back to our channel, Buki Alayo. Today, we'll be learning how to thread and use our Brother 1034D serger. It uses 4 threads, and you can also use 3 threads. But we'll be learning how to use this serger. And the first thing that we'll be needing to use this serger would be a pair of scissors and a pair of tweezers. A pair of scissors and a pair of tweezers, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is a quick demonstration to show how it works. Okay, so here I have a small piece of denim to use. I've turned on my machine, raised the lever so I can place the fabric, and 1, 2, 3, we drive. Okay, so you can see we're just running that demonstration. So next thing, I snip out the threads and raise it just so you can see what it looks like. This is what it looks like when your serger is properly threaded. Okay, this is what it should look like. All right, so the plan is, once I'm done, I'm going to cut all the threads and then rethread them. Then we'll be using the serger on the other side of the denim to show what the before and the after looks like. All right, so let's get into that. So welcome back. By this time I've already cut all the threads, okay, and so I'll be threading them one by one. The order in which to thread it is to start with the green, you go to the blue, then the pink and the yellow. I'm illustrating here that we have threads on the thread comb, then you pass the threads through the loops. Okay, the thread holder can go up or go down, but I prefer to have mine at the upright position. It just helps me to see the threads better. Okay, so like I said, we'll start with the green. Okay, if you look at your machine, you can see that there's a metal tab on the top of it, so you hook your thread under that metal tab, then you pull the white bar back. Just pull it back so that your thread can go through. You pull it back and then you pull your thread all the way down. Okay, after you're done with that, you go to the blue, you go to the pink, and then the yellow. Okay, in a couple of seconds, I'm going to be opening the chamber at the bottom. Some people prefer to have all of their threads down at the same time, but I prefer to do it one at a time, so I just know which one goes where. So like I said, we start with the green. And one thing to note is you must follow the order of threading it. I find that when you follow the order of green, blue, pink, and yellow, it usually ends up well, okay? So yeah, let's get into it. So now we have our thread in our hands, and then we'll just basically follow all the parts. If you look at the machine, you can see that you can see the lines. It's color coded, so you know where each thread should go. Okay, so we just basically hook our thread under all the parts that show that there is a green. That green should go through there. Okay, at the very topmost part on the machine, before we get to the threads, you see that there's a hook. It will pass through there, and then I'm moving the handle, just for the needle to move up and down, so you know exactly which needle will be passing our thread through. Okay, in order to pass the thread through, the first thing I like to do, I always like to snip my thread. That just helps me get the thread in quicker. Okay, I'm short-sighted, I have issues passing threads and if you wear glasses, you know this is an issue that most of us have, to see something so tiny. But I find that this machine makes it super easy to thread. Okay, and as you can see, I passed the thread and the thread has gone through. Now once your thread is gone through, you have to make sure that you place it under the foot. Okay, under the foot and to the back. All right, so we're done with that one. Okay, for the next step, it's going to require that we do a lot more, but I'm just saying here that we have to be careful. Usually your machine should be off while you're threading, but I need the light because, like I said earlier, I'm bespectacled and I just use the light to see what I'm doing a little clearer. Okay, so for the next part, we're going to be looking on the inside of that part, like where I'm pointing. And so I'm going to try and see if we can get a better angle. All right, so here we are. Okay, and we'll be doing our blue thread. As I was saying, we'll be doing our blue thread. So we pass it under the metal hook, pull back the bar. Sorry that my hand is in the way. And then, like we did before, we just follow all the steps. Okay, we follow all the parts that shows that we have to that the blue thread goes through them. Basically, I'm pointing at the machine. If you have your machine in front of you, you can see that it's numbered for the steps. Okay, so you just follow those steps. And the reason why we are looking at this angle, we're looking at the machine from this angle, is because there's a part in there that we need to get our hands on. I'm saying again that you should be careful, because we'll be touching the areas around the machine a little bit more, so be careful, keep your hand out of the way. Now I'm pointing to the white thing that we have to pull forward. Okay, let me say that again. After you have threaded you've brought the thread all the way down, you've passed it all through the parts that is supposed to go, you pull out this white thing. Okay, when you pull it out, you see that there's a hook at the back. There's a upward pointing arrow, and you hook your thread right behind the hook that's right there. Okay, you hook it in there, and then you're supposed to pass it through the needle. The needle is also in front of you right there. Okay, some people like to thread their needle first and then pass the thread through the hook, but I prefer to hook the thread first, push it back in. Okay, I'm hooking the thread right here. I'm hooking it in, and now it's in secure. You can see I'm holding on to the thread. Once that is done, we push back on the white tab. We push it all the way in, and you'll hear an audible click. Okay, so that you know you've done that properly. Okay, so I'm going to push it right back in. If your machine is in front of you and you're doing this, you will hear the click. Okay, and then we're going to thread. We'll pass the thread through our needle. I love to just take a little snip off of the top, because it just helps the thread go in easier. Okay, that's the life for people like us who wear glasses. I'm not sure who is watching if you're wearing glasses, but if you are, I feel you, I understand you. Okay, so let's snip our threads, and we're going to pass it through right now. All right, so once you pass the thread through the needle, again we're going to pull it out through the back and make sure that it's under the foot. And as you can see, I passed the thread through pretty easily. Okay, and so I'm just trying to push it out through the back to get it. And I'm sorry that at this point you won't be able to see some of the things that I'm doing on the back. I'm just trying to pull out the thread from under the foot. Okay, pardon me, I'm just trying to make the best that I can of these angles. I'm a beginner, a video YouTube maker, so please pardon. And honestly, I would really appreciate your likes, your subscribing on the channel. Okay, so now our thread is all the way through. We put it under the foot. Okay, so these are the more complicated parts that we've just gone through. The next step would be to do the pink and the blue. And I'm saying here that once you're done with the green and the blue, you can close that chamber. I prefer to keep it open just so it gives you access, okay, while you're threading. All right, so here we're going to the pink. Okay, we have our thread in hand right now. We're going to hook it under our metal tab, and then pull our blue thread, our white top back. Okay, pardon that my hand is in the way. Okay, and you can see here it has two arrows, each arrow showing you where each thread will go. Okay, so we basically follow the thread. Okay, again I'm just showing it from another angle so you can see me clearly, and I hope I've been explaining it well. I hope you understand every step of the way. Okay, so we're going to pull the thread through. You can see that the lines on the pink, it has two lines showing where the threads will go. That's it's showing two lines on the part that has the yellow, showing that the yellow and the pink thread will go through that part. But on the pink, it's just one thread, obviously, because the pink will be going through there. Okay, so we bring it down, and it goes up. My hand is in the way again, I'm sorry. Okay, and down. All right, now that we're down here, we can see that there's a hook in front of the needles. It's a 2-point needle. We'll be putting the thread from the pink line into the needle on the right, okay, just like it's positioned on the machine. Okay, and once again, I'm going to be snipping. Okay, like I said, for a crisp thread that goes through like butter, or like a knife through hot butter, or butter through hot knife. You get what I'm saying. Okay, so snip, it's now on my so we're going to, I put the thread on the tweezers and I just move the pedal to position the needle properly, and we're passing it through. And I kid you not, this went through like so easy. This is absolutely my favorite serger. I tell this to anyone who will listen. All right, so it just went through, and we'll be pulling it out through the back again as usual. Okay, this one is a longer thread, so it's taking a little bit more time to pull it through. Just bear with me, okay? Bear with me, and yeah, we're just pulling it through, securing it under the foot, and we're almost done. We have just one more to go. Okay, so now we go to the yellow thread. Okay, I'm getting the thread from the top. Again, it goes under the lever, under the metal tab, we pull back the white tab, bring it down, and just follow the curve. It goes down, follow the arc, and then we go to the hook again, secure our thread in front of the hook, and this time around the thread will be going through the needle on the left. So once again, I'm trimming just a little bit off the top of the thread to have that crispness, okay? And you'll see how easily this will go through. You ready? Yay! I think I got that. See? That's so smooth, so easy. And I tell you, this is not like an easy feat for me because of my short-sightedness, but it just went through really nicely. Okay, so we're basically done. Next, we'll be doing our demonstration. Welcome back, and yes, we're done threading the machine. We have our threads neatly in the back. We have our denim here, like we said earlier. So we're going to position it properly, pull down the lever, and ready? 1, 2, 3, drive. Yes, you can see how smoothly that is going. Okay, you can see how smoothly that is going. If everything has been done properly, your serger should have done something that looks like this. Look at that. It looks absolutely beautiful, absolutely neat. And so yeah, thank you so much for coming. Please like and subscribe. I would really love for you to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. See you later.